My last video game suggestion with Unicorn Overlord was a huge hit with everybody, and I went on to get the plat trophy on that and put in nearly 100 hours into it. So again, that still stands. But today I'm going to offer another video game suggestion, this time with an indie game called Dredge. I beat this at my brother's house last weekend when I was visiting, was instantly hooked. I do recommend playing this game as blindly as possible. Just the quick TLDR is it is a horror fishing game. Not horror so much to where it's not necessarily going to make you too scared to sleep at night, but it does have horror elements to it. And the story does have multiple endings. So this is something that ideally you will play blindly. I'm going to keep this video review as spoiler-free as possible and will be steering away from actual story just so I don't spoil it for you guys. Now, I recommend you just take my word for it and pause this video, play the game, get it, play it, beat it, and thank me later. But if you need more convincing, stay tuned. Watch this video with me that I am presenting to you. So let's just say you're starting the game out. You get found after a shipwreck. You're on the rocks. The mayor finds, the mayor tells you, you get found. The mayor's like, hey, you know what? We got you taken care of, man. You have some debt to pay. Just go fishing for us, but we got you all set up right now. All right, so here you have the fishmonger. This is where you actually sell your fish to this guy. As you see, I have an inventory with some fish in it here. So you sell the fish to this guy, and this is so much more than just fishing. There's actually a really good story, and the fishing's fun though. Don't at me. I love fishing in games. So here you have the dock. There's all kinds of stuff. You can buy more stuff. You can upgrade your stuff. You can upgrade your ship. You can upgrade your poles. There is all kinds of good RPG elements in this as well. So as you can see here, I just added a light to my boat here. So here I am. At this point, it's getting late. It's getting a bit dark. But you can look around and see places where you can fish. And here I used my foghorn. So you have different items that you can use and stuff. Now you can make your boat a lot faster. You can upgrade it. There's the lighthouse. So as you can see, I'm just looking around in the dark. Now you do want to be careful roaming around in the dark. I'll just say that much. So there's a bit of an intro to show you what this is about. Now it is dark, so it's like, I'm gonna sleep. You can sleep for the night, and you need to, because as you are out in the water in the dark, and the longer you go without sleep, you're gonna have like an eyeball that shows up here, and your paranoia is going to raise. So okay, let's just say things get more dangerous as you are sleep deprived and all that stuff. Now, I will say, though, there are certain fish that you can only catch at night. So here I am doing a quest. Let me show you a quest. So, for example, someone asked me to deliver a package. The mayor asked me to deliver a package to the next town, which is just straight across from them. You have an encyclopedia that shows you the different fish that you can catch. And you've got your map here, which shows you everywhere. Hold on, let me move so you've got your map here. And as you can see, this X is indicating the quest that I'm currently on that I need to do, which is deliver that package. Right now I'm in Greater Marrow and I am headed to Little Marrow. All right, here is your quest. Right now, yeah, I need to catch a flounder and an eel for one quest. Another one is delivering a package, right? Now, I know this seems like how is this a horror game, right? No, trust me, it is. And trust me, there's a story to it. Now, the difference here in terms of story, and as y'all know, I am not a fan of those basically glorified walking simulators that just have all these flashy cutscenes and you're just watching all that. No, this story is something that you actually are interacting with. You're actually propelling the story forward as you continue on. You're going to learn about the story and what you're doing as you advance through different things that you pick up and that you read. Now, so here I give this guy his delivery, for example, right? Now there are some very story-based, there are quests that affect that will propel the story that you're going to learn as you keep going as well. I'm trying to keep this relatively vague so that you guys don't get any spoilers. Here's another quest, right? So you have this woman here. She's wanting to move to another part, a different island, and she needs me to collect. So she wants me to go to the island, right? Steel Point, just to the north. She needs some lumber and she needs some scrap metal so that she can get situated there. Here I went to sleep. There's the mayor telling me stuff. Here I am selling things because obviously you can sell your fish and stuff, but sometimes he's like, oh, someone put in a special order for crabs. So I got the crabs for him. Like, you can set out crab pots and catch crabs. That's another way to do that as well. Now, this game does have an element that's very relaxing and chill, and you want to just relax and go fishing. But again, it does have that horror story element also. So if you are a big fan, like, I love games where it's like, I have a bunch of fetch quests to do. I have a bunch of things. This is a great game if you are a completionist, which I love to be. I love doing that. I love completing things, getting those plat trophies. I'm working on the plat trophy right now because I already beat the main game. As you can see, my paranoia is up there. It's not out of control, but here we are at night looking around. It does get eerie, and there are dangers that abound as you are out at night, which I went back to the dock. And once you go to a dock and you sleep once you're docked, you're safe, right? So just a heads up there. So there is that. And as you can see, here's another quest that I have started here because I'm looking around. Like, there's a lot of adventure too. Like, if you just want to, let me just explore the map and let me look at the different islands. Let's see what's going on. Each of the islands, they have different themes. And so there is a lot of variety there, but it's like, huh, what's this? I was just doing some exploration and I see this guy sitting on the rocks right now. Let me talk to him and see what's up. Well, he's a creepy guy in a hood. He's got some like Nazgul vibes. So he's like, hey, fisherman, I need your help. I want you to catch. What he wanted was like a striped trout or something like that. Or was it I can't remember what the specific fish was, but he wanted a specific fish. And then you're gonna see more as you continue these things. So there is a lot. This game has a lot of RPG elements, right? So if you're into that, I like that. Here's the shipwright. She can update your ship once you collect different materials, and it also costs money as well. So here I am looking at, like, if you want more hull space in your ship, if you want to update your net spaces, your fishing rod spaces, because they have specific fishing rods. I mean, you can catch oceanic fish, you can catch volcanic fish, you can catch coastal, shallow. There are different kinds that you're going to need specific poles for. Well, you can upgrade your poles, you can upgrade your pole space so that you can fit more. So it's like, okay, now I'm able to catch a bunch of the things. And you can also get a trolling net that will, while you're just cruising and doing your thing, that will catch fish in that net, and you can upgrade that further. So yeah, you have like your upgrades here, but also don't forget, when you are docked, there is a cog right here. You use that. Now that you have, there's certain material that you can use to upgrade your stuff. This will just give you like further upgrades, right? This is gonna, like, okay, now I'm gonna upgrade my net proficiency so I can get a trolling net that lets me catch oceanic fish now, for example. So don't forget to utilize your upgrades as well. You've got your storage, all that stuff. Inventory space and inventory management is important. So here I am catching stuff. This is what fishing looks like. It's a really just relaxed and chill system for catching fish, which I think is fun. So let me just show you again. Now there's different ones too, like the different fish, and there's different ways to different little like mini game things similar to this, depending on the type of fish that you catch. Now here I'm catching a flounder. There's multiple ones here in this, and as you can see, your inventory, you're gonna want to upgrade. If there was a yellow one, see? So if you get the yellow, If you hit the little yellow one that's smaller, okay, now I got a trophy fish. Wow, this one's nice, right? So, yeah, you get these. You can sell them. You can use them for some quests as well. For example, your fish. Now, if you don't go delivering those and you leave them in your inventory, they will rot. But if they're in your trolling net, they won't rot. So here I am providing an order where a customer wanted a flounder and they also wanted an eel, which I didn't have the eel at present. So instead I put the flounder in there and I was going to wait and then get the eel for them. And then in general, just sell the fish as per usual, right? Now you also have, when you go to your cabin, you have your encyclopedia like I showed you before that shows you the different ones. This is extremely helpful because sometimes you might be looking for something like, let's say I need, what is this? What is that? Okay. Or well, what is that? Okay. I want to catch that. So how can I catch that? Well, we don't know its value. But we know that you catch these at night, right? So let's say even you're wanting to complete the game, right? Well, you're wanting to complete, you want to catch every fish in the game. How am I going to do that? Okay, you can catch this with the rod or the trolling with the net, right? So you know you can, sometimes you can only catch certain fish with a rod, for example. But this one you can catch while you're trolling, and this one with a rod as well. So, okay, this one comes out at night. Now there's some, for example, some of the crabs that you catch where it's like, okay, these are caught at this depth. So you know where to place your crab pots based on depth if you're trying to catch a certain specific crab. So there is that. Yeah, so here is an example of where I show, here I am just placing the crab pots to catch some crabs. Now, a lot of what I show here is just this close like starter area because again, this game is best played blind. I did everything I could to not spoil anything in this video for this game. Because, hey, if you like a good story that, you know, requires exploration and you actually putting the pieces together, figuring it out as you go, and having that involvement in it instead of just, oh, let me sit back and watch some fancy cutscenes, right? Then that's that. And you are going to have certain decisions and stuff that that will affect the ending that you get in this game. That's all I'm going to say. Again, I try my best to keep it as spoiler free as possible, but yes, there are multiple endings. And yeah, so here I did, for example, here's another island where, let me go check up on the dock. This is also where your autosaves are. So if you turn the game off, it will autosave at the last dock you went. So here's a man. Ooh, a man standing at the doorway. And he's holding a book. Ooh. So anyway, right out the gate, you could tell there's just some eeriness to it. When I first started playing, like my brother was like, you have to play this game. He handed me the controller. I didn't know anything. I was like, oh, I guess I'm playing a fishing game. Okay, sure. I like fishing games enough. But, you know, we expect with fishing games, you know, just similar to like that, you know, country fishing. And those are fun. I'm not going to say they're not fun because I do like fishing games. But this is so much different. And it was definitely a lot different than what I was expecting. Immediately, I was like, something is creepy here. This is eerie. What's going on? What the crap? So yeah, there's that. But as you can see, and I a part of me wishes I could show you more variety of locations. But again, I don't want to spoil anything. I just gave you the basic intro without spoiling anything for you. That's going to show you whether this is the type of game that you think you would enjoy or not, mechanics wise. Because I don't know, some people do prefer those like games with set pieces and you know, high action or something where they're going to watch cutscenes, things like that. And if that's what you're looking for, this isn't for you. But hey, if you enjoy spending, like it took me on my first, the first time I actually beat it, that took me, I want to say it was about 12 hours. And I did a reasonable amount of side stuff, but there was like side quests and stuff. Now, if you're doing just beelining story quests, it wouldn't take you that long to beat it. I would say 7 hours maybe, but I don't know, if you knew exactly what you were doing, I'm sure you could speed run it more, but I'm just guesstimating. But I like to do a bunch of side quest stuff. I would have done more of a completionist run if I didn't have limited time playing, or since I was visiting my brother. But now that I have the time and I purchased the game, or I got it on PS Premium because it was on then, which unfortunately it's not now, but it was. So I got that. There are 2 expansions for it as well, which I will be getting both of those. I'm just doing my completionist thing now. I want to get that 100%. I want to get that plat trophy. I want to catch every fish. I want to do every side quest. I want to do, obviously, the main quest on there. So I've made some reasonable ground on my time now. I've fully upgraded my boat and fully upgraded all my gear and stuff. So anyway, that's what's taking my time right now. I am so curious to know who all are going to be interested in this game, because it certainly is different. But I'm telling you, this is a must play game. And plus, even though it is horror, there still is just a chill element to it where it's just like, all right, like I'm just chilling and fishing right now. I love that. I love to be able to just, take time doing quests and fishing and upgrading my boat and having a relaxing time where you're just chilling. So anyway, there is my video for that. If I were to actually give it a review, I would give it a 9 out of 10. Like, it's that awesome. 9 out of 10. Like, I don't hand out 10 out of 10s that easily, because I would also say I would give Unicorn Overlord a 9 out of 10 as well. But the only thing holding Unicorn Overlord back from a 10 out of 10 for me was just certain, which I'm not going to hijack. Never mind. I'm not going to hijack this video with that. But anyway, 9 out of 10 game. Super fun, super chill. Chill, but also gripping at the same time. So there you have it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you have played it, like, all I know is when I've been suggesting this, and every time I've seen those who have played it, they've been like, yes, this game was amazing. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I will catch you next time. And in the meantime, go boom.